The first episode of MASHLE, Magic and Muscles, begins with the narrator explaining the magic realm, the world in which our characters live. Everyone in this world can use magic because it is a part of everyday life, and mastery of it determines one's social status. We look into Regro Burnedead, a 75-year-old man who lives in a forest with his son Mash Burnedead, away from other humans. Regro asks Mash if he finished his training after a fight over the front door. Mash confirms this and asks Regro why his training results in physicality. After informing the audience of Mash's inability to use magic, Regro tells Mash he'll explain later and departs for the day. Regro warns Mash not to go into the city, and Mash promises not to. Mash ignores Regro's wishes because he is hungry. He notices a lot of people using magic in the city and wonders why they use magic for things they can do with their hands. He shocks the caterer by handing him bent coins. He unfolds the coins and takes his food. Meanwhile, Rain Ames, a second-year student at Easton Magic Academy, a prestigious school in the magic realm, has been named this world's divine and visionary. Only students who have demonstrated the highest level of excellence are eligible for this honor. In another scene, an officer named Brad Coleman attempts to threaten his prisoner with wild antics, but he is interrupted by someone who informs him of Mash's unmarked facial features. Mash, on the other hand, wanders the streets while eating cream puffs, wondering why everyone looks at him differently. He collides with a member of the magical police, staining the officer's uniform. Mash rips off the stained piece and promises to return it when it's cleaned after the officer yells at him for his crude action. Brad comes across the officer in Mash and tells his comrade to calm down. Regro grabs him and flees before confronting Mash. Brad uses his wand to summon a magical bird and commands it to follow him. Mash apologizes after Regro yells at him for going into the city. As punishment, Regro has him complete some morning training routines. As Mash travels deeper into the forest, Regro wonders if Mash has reached the point where he wants to venture beyond the forest. Regro knows he'll have to be on high alert now that the magic police have learned of Mash's existence. Brad and his men arrive unexpectedly at Regro's house and demand that he tell them where Mash has gone. Mash returns home after finishing his training to get some cream puffs. Before Mash opens the door, he overhears Brad conversing with Regro about him. Regro confirms that the magic police tend to remove inferior beings who can't use magic to help magic flourish among the populace. Regro refuses to confess, so Brad pulverizes him. We receive a flashback of a young Regro, who getting belittled for having weak magical capabilities. Regro recounts how he's always been a failure and wanted to end his life. Before he performed said action, he overheard an unmarked, abandoned baby crying. This gave Regro a new reason to live. Regro yells and tells Mash to run away. Mash breaks the door and knocks out one of Brad's goons with immense strength. Mash vows to send all these men to their graves to protect Regro. Brad throws many magical spells at Mash, but he reflects each attack effortlessly. Mash throws a wand at Brad and breaks his spell. He warns Brad not to threaten his family again. Otherwise, he'll murder each of them. Brad asks Mash to do what he asks, and he'll let him and Regro slide. He wants Mash to enroll in the Magic Academy to become the next divine and visionary. He promises society will accept him and that he'll back him up. Brad desires the fortune and prestige that comes with Mash's elevation to the position of divine and visionary. Despite knowing Mash is capable of handling himself, Brad brings up Regro's health to persuade Mash to accept his offer. Mash accepts Brad's proposal because he wants him and Regro to be happy. Mash walks towards the Magic Academy, vowing to become the next divine and visionary. As the episode concludes, the narrator of MASHLE's second episode describes how challenging it is to enroll in Easton Magic Academy. Meanwhile, Claude keeps an eye on the applicants for this year. Simultaneously, Regro and Brad spy on Mash. Mash is confident he will pass the entrance exam, whereas Regro is skeptical. Claude appears in front of the contestants, and we learn that despite his youth, he has mastered a plethora of advanced spells. Except for Mash, everyone is impressed by Claude's wizardry. Claude calls for students to take their seats and complete a written exam. Claude, on the other hand, has enchanted the exams, so the students must work to stop the questions from moving around. Mash, enraged, crushes his writing utensil and orders the questions to cease. Everyone is perplexed as they obey his commands. Then we see a video of Mash successfully completing tasks. For the students, Claude creates a maze test. He gives them 30 minutes to find the endpoint. Before Mash begins, he is joined by a female student named Lemon. Lemon gets caught in several traps, which irritates Mash. Mash overhears some other students screaming and informs Lemon that they must hurry. Lemon casts a spell to bind Mash in cuffs before he leaves. Lemon explains that she was told to keep Mash away from the goal. Mash uses his strength to break the cuffs and leaves because she won't tell him why. Lemon tries to track Mash down, but she is stopped by an Egyptian monster. Mash saves Lemon before the monster strikes her for failing to solve a riddle because he pities her, despite the fact that they are running out of time. Mash guides Lemon through the maze. Everyone mocks Mash for cheating, but Lemon admits that Claude instructed her to get in Mash's way. She reveals that Claude promised to let her pass if she kept Mash from completing the maze. Claude admits it and challenges Mash to a duel. Mash shatters his wand, surprising everyone. Headmaster Wahlberg arrives to break up the fight before it becomes too chaotic. He informs the students that he will be in charge of the exam and begins the final interviews. He tells Claude to come to his office after the test. Mash is teleported to his chambers and interviewed. He questions Mash about why he wanted to attend the academy and his potential concerns about the maze test. Mash claims he was never worried. Wahlberg asks Mash if he would be scared of fighting someone as powerful as himself. He puts Mash to the test by destroying Regro's soul in one of his magical contraptions. Mash realizes he can't punch his way out of this and that it's an endurance test. Wahlberg breaks the spell, confirming Mash's suspicions. Mash threatens Wahlberg with a beating if he ever harms his family. Wahlberg greets him at Easton Magic Academy and informs him that he passed the entrance exam. Mash's first day at Easton Magic Academy begins, and he irritates his instructor by attempting to open a lock with his strength. Mash meets Finn, his flatmate. Mash inquires of Finn as to what it takes to become a divine visionary. Finn explains that you must collect gold coins, which you obtain based on your schoolwork, extracurricular activities, tests, and school life evaluations. If a student's grades do not improve each semester, they will be expelled. Mash and Finn finish the episode by eating cream puffs. Alright my weebs, that's it for today's anime recap. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss out on our next video. Drop a comment and let us what you think about. Stay tuned, stay epic. This is Sugoi Recaps. Peace.